It's a psychological reverse. Meaning, I'm going to say, you haven't answered me, even though you answered. But if you walk away, I think, let me go back. That's what you do. So that's what I mentioned to brothers. I mentioned if someone, you're speaking to him clearly, and he keeps saying, you're not answering, don't spend the hours trying to convince him. Because what he's doing, he's playing psychological way. In the sense, so what you do, walk away from him and leave, khalas. And sometimes what happens, he start following you. How are the brothers? He start following me. Come speak to me. But I think I don't answer, so what do you want me to answer? Yeah, alhamdulillah, that's what you do, man.
I understand now.
No, alhamdulillah.
See, I didn't have the basira, so
No, alhamdulillah, this is very important. That's why I mentioned there's two types of debate. Praiseworthy and a blameworthy. Praiseworthy, when a person is listening. Blameworthy, when they spend hours speaking about something which is so clear, and the guy pretending he cannot grasp it. That's blameworthy, and we fall into it and we ask God to forgive us. But we have to learn from our mistakes. Because Allah said, وَلَا تُجَادِلُوا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ, so debate from the da'wah as well. But sometimes in Speaker's Corner, we have to be careful, and we have to teach especially the shabab that stay away from the blameworthy debate. Barakallahu feekum. Ameen wa iyyakum, man. Nice to you, akhi, barakallahu feek. What channel are you, akhi? Your new brother here.
I'm new brother here, yes, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. Where are you from?
I'm from Chad.
Chad, mashallah. What's the name of your channel? What is the name of your channel?
I still don't got any name on it, but I will start doing
mashallah. How's family? Everything good? Mashallah. What's your name?
Muhammad.
Muhammad, mashallah. Nice to meet you, akhi Muhammad.
Nice to meet you.
My brother Shamsi.
I just got to ask you a question, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Go on, Muhammad.
Right, so I'm just wondering, we got many Muslim headers here.
Yeah.
And debating, but I don't really see very a strong reaction from our side. Do you know what I mean? That the challenges. Because I don't see this kind of you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
You see these guys here, I'm having, what is it called, saying Islam is fake and all this kind of stuff.
Attacking Islam, yeah.
Yeah. So why is no one is here? I don't see any.
To speak to them?
No, it's not about speaking to them. I've seen some Muslim brothers here, the Christian guys have got a question, but instead of I don't know the answer, I've listened to giving some wrong information.
You have to be careful.
Do you know what I mean? So this, I think just my point is people who are really giving the dawah, someone has to be really know everything. Do you know what I mean?
You have to be careful, sahih. But sometimes what happens, it's true, sometimes what happens, some brothers comes here, when they see someone insulting Islam or asking questions about Islam, he wants to answer the question, even though he doesn't have a knowledge. But sometimes the Christians, they ask questions not to look for the answer, just to cause anything, you understand? So yes, I agree, sometimes to come, especially to come Speaker's Corner, you have to know what you're talking about. No doubt, and you have to have a knowledge first. But sometimes these Christians, they're not asking to learn, they're just asking to cause what? To waste time and to cause troublesome. That's it. They don't care about the answer you're going to give. They don't care whatsoever. You understand? That's why we have to be smart. I mentioned this the third time now. If you notice, the person you're speaking to, he keeps saying you haven't answered, even though the answer is clear, walk away from him. Because why? He's not interested in the answer. You understand? He's not interested. Because what you have to understand, the Christians here, it's easy for them to grasp God become a baby, which doesn't make any sense. But the acting is very hard for them to understand some issue about Islam, which is way clearer than God become a baby. Do you understand? That shows you what they're playing around. Just playing around. And this is the problem. I mentioned this before. There's two factors why people reject Islam. There's psychological factor and social factor. Psychological factor, when a person knows Islam is the truth, but because he's arrogant, he looks down upon the Prophet Muhammad. He's an Arab man. Oh, how can I follow a man? He didn't know how to read and write. I'm from Britain. So his arrogance coming in. Because he's so arrogant, he doesn't want to tell the people I'm arrogant. What he's going to do, he's going to start utilizing any argument to justify his disbelief. You understand? But deep down, when you investigate the person, he's arrogant. How on earth you cannot grasp that a man came with a teaching, worship God who is perfect? He was not born, doesn't have no children. He's the creator of everything. He's not in need of nothing. And he created us to worship him. And this Allah has a purpose. Simple. How can you grasp? You cannot grasp that. But on the other hand, you grasp God become a baby. Someone charged his nappy and he was crying at night. He needs some milk. Do you understand? This is the Christian we're dealing with. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله والله تعالى علوا كبيرا عما يقول الظالمون. Do you understand? Or social factor, he knows Islam is the truth, but because if he becomes a Muslim, his family will turn against him. or he will lose some status within this. Like Bob, one of them. Bob, 100%. Bob, he knows deep down Islam is the truth, but because the Christians raised him, so he's thinking, if I become a Muslim, people gonna, even though he knows deep down, God become a baby. And so imagine I bring you a baby. Imagine Mary, she's holding a baby, she's bigger than him, and that's God. A'udhu billah. So God is like someone changes nappy, crying. That doesn't make any sense. The fact you say God become a baby, that doesn't make any sense. You're crazy. But he knows the truth, so what he's doing, he looks for anything. Prophet Muhammad got married to Aisha. What is it? Even though in the Bible there's slaves in the Bible, Paul said, if you're a slave, do not leave your master until Jesus come back. But he's liberal. He become, the Christians here, they will become liberal, feminists, even though God against their Bible for the sake of rejecting Islam. That's the reality. Well, alhamdulillah, let's exposing them. Last Friday, my brothers, 6 people accept Islam at Dawah table. Wallahi, 6 people. One of them, she was crying. You know, so there's 2 English boys, there was 4 men and 2 girls. Alhamdulillah, by Allah's tawfiq. When we speak to the people about Islam, it says, makes sense. Imagine a Christian giving da'wah. Yes, believe in God, who is powerful. He has no beginning, but he becomes a baby and he was created. Yeah, but remember, God is all powerful, but someone beat him up. But he's all powerful as well, you know. But he needs some food, but God does not need the food, but that God become baby and needs food. So I said, brother, what are you talking about? Are you mentally disturbed? Are you like, how can you? That's why what they do, akhi, they just attack Islam. Like Shia attack Sunnis. Shia cannot stand saying Ali control the universe, Ali has a sword, Al-Hassan can answer your dua. You can't teach that because they know people think that's a shirk. So what they do, they attack Al-Sunnah. You see, subhanallah. Alhamdulillah.
But the point is, like, I mean, the brothers here need to be careful.
But yeah,
like, these people, like, they are shouting like babies.
No doubt. So let's
have like akhlaq and good behavior instead of like giving like wrong information. You know what I mean? If you don't know it, it's alright. You know what I mean? Don't say like, listen, I'm not the right person to answer this question. You can get someone else, you know what I mean, who knows better. But the brothers I've seen like giving something that is not even like
no Quran or Sunnah. Yeah, 100%. 100% أخي. بارك الله فيك حبيبي محمد. May Allah bless you. everyone. سلام. No. بارك الله فيك.
صاحبي بيسلم عليك والله ايش ترسل له بس.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياكم الله أخي. إيش اسمه؟ نايف. حيا الله أخا نايف. كيف الحال؟ إن شاء الله نزورك إن شاء الله في جدة.
جدة أيوة.
مرحبا بنا إن شاء الله نجي عندكم. أنا أرحب بنفسي.
الله يعطيك العافية.
بارك الله فيك.
الله يعطيك العافية.
نسيت الهيدفونز إن. No, no problem, أخي. That's our nature. أبو عبد الله.
Where was you? I needed you. I was trying to drag you away.
Why? It's about Aisha's marriage. Leave him, أخوان. Leave him.
I wanted to drop you. You can record. I know, but unfortunately,
he doesn't care. You know, there's many girls got pregnant when they were 5, 7, 8.
Tell me when Mary gave birth, bro.
Yeah.
She was 18, 22.
Remember, أخي, what they